Back to Australia, both political parties have suspended campaigning for Good Friday, but the leaders are still out and about. Dan Conifer is in Melbourne with the opposition leader Bill Shorten, while Jane Norman is with the Prime Minister in the Sydney suburb of Punchbowl. Take a look.
Well, the Prime Minister has spent the morning here at this huge Catholic Maronite church service in Punchbowl. There were thousands of people here, Mr Morrison and his wife Jenny among them. Now, this isn't Mr Morrison's usual church, but he was joined today by Liberal colleagues David Coleman and Tony Abbott, meaning this is the first time that the two men have appeared alongside each other during the campaign. But it was very much a bipartisan event. This is in Labor frontbencher Tony Burke's seat of Watson, and we also spotted his Labor colleague Jason Clare in the audience. But Mr Morrison was clearly one of the special guests here. He was asked to give a reading, and here is a snippet of that.
They made his grave with the wicked and his tomb with the rich, although he had done no violence and there was no deceit in his mouth. Yet it was the will of the Lord to crush him with pain.
Now, that reading, we understand, was from the book of Isaiah, who prophesies the coming of the Messiah. So you can take from that what you will, but that really wraps up the Prime Minister's first and only public event for the day. But the Morrison campaign will resume, we understand, first thing tomorrow.
Dan, let's bring you in. You're with Bill Shorten, the opposition leader. He's taken part in a bit of charity work in Melbourne.
He has, visiting the Salvation Army's Melbourne CBD headquarters here on Burke Street, going into its Project 614 cafe and serving hot cross buns for the disadvantaged or homeless clients that come to that cafe. And Chloe, his wife, joining him, along with children Georgette and Rupert, all being put to work here at the cafe this morning. Bill handing out those hot cross buns, Chloe handing out fish burgers for Good Friday, and the children even helping out in the kitchen, warming up some of those hot cross buns. Mr Shorten spending about half an hour here and leaving just a short time ago, speaking with some of the clients, but also more so hearing more from the volunteers who many of them themselves have been clients of the Salvation Army in the past and are now trying to give back to the community. And after Bill Shorten left, he didn't speak to the media today, but one person that did speak to the media is Major Brendan Nottle, who heads up this Salvation Army outfit here in Melbourne, who revealed that Bill Shorten sometimes, without the cameras present or any media around, just calls up and pops in to this mission here on Burke Street in Melbourne to find out how things are going and to hear from somebody who's on the front line of social work what a government, if he was to ever lead one, might be able to do to help them. So an insight that you sometimes don't get. But Bill Shorten not making any comments here. He went in and did his work and then left, helping the press back out with some hot cross buns, it must be said. 2 bags of apple and cinnamon for the hard-working photographers and camera operators and journalists, if we can put ourselves in that category, after a week and a bit on the campaign trail with Bill Shorten hopping around the country.
And for all the latest on the election at any time, do head to abc.net.au/AustraliaVotes.